Today we're making my top 3 sweet pancakes from around the world. Hi everyone, welcome to Black Cat Kitchen. I hope you're doing well. Pancake Tuesday is just around the corner and we're here to show you 3 different recipes from around the world. Today we're showing you 3 sweet versions of pancakes. One from America, the buttermilk pancake. One from Japan, the soufflé pancake. And one from Europe, the French pancake, crepe, with a British twist. Each of these recipes has different ingredients, so I'll put them down in the description below. We're going to get started with our crepes. You can do this by hand, but to make perfect crepes, you want your batter to be as smooth as possible. I'm doing it in my food processor. You can do it with an immersion blender or a regular stand blender. So into our mixer goes 2 eggs, 160 milliliters of milk. I'm using whole milk. 1 tablespoon of melted butter, a teaspoon of sugar, a teaspoon or so of vanilla, and 70 grams or half a cup of flour. And just blitz that together. Your batter should have the consistency of a thick cream. In order to make the perfect crepe, you're going to want your batter to sit up for about 30 minutes.
Eventually.
So give it a stir. Make sure it's still that same consistency, that thick cream consistency. If it's gotten a little bit thick, and sometimes it will, just whisk in a tablespoon of milk at a time until it's the right consistency. With our pan on a medium heat, we're going to add our butter and just spread it around with our little brush. If you haven't got a brush, you can use kitchen roll. Just watch your fingies. And here we're going to pour 2 to 3 tablespoons of our batter. And just give it a good swirl around the pan. This will only take about 60 seconds, so keep an eye on it. You don't want to burn your crepe. Once you see that you're getting some bubbles and brown spots around your crepey edges, we're going to go ahead and flip. So I like to take the pan in my left hand and flip with my right. I'm right-handed, so that's easiest for me. And there we go. The other side won't take as long, so give it a few seconds and pop it onto your plate. To make our French crepes a little bit more British, we're going to sprinkle them with some granulated sugar. Give them a squeeze of lemon juice. Now on to our fluffy American buttermilk pancakes. These are better than any box mix, so just throw that box away and get into this recipe. Into our bowl, 1 cup or 135 grams of flour, 1/4 cup of sugar, 60 grams, teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and give it a whisk. Make sure they're all combined and make a little well in the center. Into our 3/4 cups or 177 grams of buttermilk, we'll add 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Give that a little blend just with a fork. And of course, if you don't have buttermilk, you can use a substitute. You can add a teaspoon of lemon juice or white vinegar to some whole milk, and that will give you a similar consistency, or you can use sour cream just thinned out with milk a little bit. But you really want that tang in these pancakes. Into the well, we're going to pour our wet mixture, and this one is so easy to do by hand. Just stir it until it's mostly combined. You'll want a few lumps in there. You don't want it perfectly smooth. If you find it's a little bit too thick, you can add just a little bit more buttermilk, about a tablespoon at a time, just to thin it out until it's the right texture and consistency. This is about the consistency you're looking for. Much like the crepe batter, this needs to rest as well. This one only needs 10 minutes. So let's cover it up and let it have a little nap. Now, I know most people say the first pancake is a test pancake and it never turns out. Not in my house. First and foremost, you'll want a really good heavy bottom pan. This is a pancake pan, so a crepe pan, and it's got a really lovely thick bottom to it. If you haven't got a crepe pan, a cast iron skillet's just as good, or you can use a frying pan, and I'll show you at the stove how we can make that work for you. No matter what type of pan you're using, what you want to do is turn that burner to the highest that it will go and let that pan start to heat up. As soon as it's come up to temperature, you'll want to turn your stove down to low, and that's going to give us a little bit of a sear on the pancake, but help to cook it through. So we want butter in this pan. So I just put a tiny bit of butter. Now I'm using an ice cream scoop to make the perfect little pancakes. And you'll just want to press them down a little bit with the back of your scoop, just to get that perfect round shape. Now that they're set up on the bottom, and you can tell that because they're starting to curve around the edges and you're getting a couple of little bubbles around the side, you can turn it up to medium-low. I wouldn't go much higher than that, but that heat is going to just help them expand and give them that nice fluffy texture we're looking for. So once that edge has firmed up a little bit, but the top is still pretty soft, we want to give those a flip. So use your pan to help you out here. Just flip your pancake. Who said the first pancake's always a dud? These are perfect on each side, nice and golden, and we're gonna fry off the rest. What you'll wanna do to keep these pancakes warm while you're frying up the rest of them is pop them on a baking sheet, cover them in a little bit of aluminum foil, and put them in a really low oven. The aluminum foil will help keep them moist, but they'll stay nice and warm. Now onto our Japanese pancakes. These are a little bit more technical, but super impressive. Like any good souffle, for our Japanese pancakes, we're going to separate our egg yolks and egg whites. So starting with 1 egg yolk and 1 tablespoon of sugar, we're going to whisk that together until it's lighter and fluffy. You can see it's lightened up in color and it's much thicker and fluffier than it was. To this, we're going to whisk in our milk, 2 tablespoons. And now we're going to sift in our dry ingredients. So we're using 3 tablespoons of flour and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So just sift that on top and then whisk it in. You want these to be super smooth. That's the right consistency. I'm using my stand mixer for this, but you can use a regular hand mixer or you can whisk it by hand. It's not that hard. We want 2 egg whites into our bowl, and to this, I'm adding a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. And cream of tartar just allows the egg whites to have a little bit of stability. I'm going to get those whisking before we add our sugar. Now that you can see the egg whites have gone a little bit glossy and they come to fairly stiff peaks when you pull out your mixer, those are ready to go. To our egg yolks, we're going to add 1/3 of our egg white mixture. This just helps to lighten it up a little bit. Just get it really stirred in there. Once that's combined, you can fold in the rest of your egg whites. This is where you'll want to be a little bit more gentle in your folding. So just pull around the side of the bowl and come up the center until it's just combined and all one uniform color. The best way to make these perfect, I've always found, is to pipe them. So my trick to getting your piping bag nice and full is putting your piping bag inside a glass with the edge hanging out the outside. That gives you full flexibility and mobility to get your batter in there. And you can use the rim of the glass just to help scrape the batter off. In the meantime, put your pan on a low heat. We're just going to put a little bit of butter in there just to help it not stick. Now I'm using a fairly deep non-stick pan, but I haven't got a very deep lid for this pan, and you might at home, but if not, you can use this trick. I've got another pan around the same size, and I'll be using that to act as a lid. So we're just going to squeeze 3 little mounds. And you can use molds if you'd like. I've seen Japanese pancake molds, but this works just as well. I'm going to add a few drops of water just around the pancakes. This helps with creating a little bit of steam in there. And on goes our makeshift lid. Leave this for about 4 minutes without opening the lid. So you can see they're starting to really puff up now, and it's still nice and warm in there. We're going to pipe a little bit more batter on top of these so they get nice and high. You can see now why we used a piping bag. A little bit more water, and then our lid is going back on for another 4 minutes.
Later that same evening.
Now I'm going to use a knife on one side of my pancake just to help provide a little bit of stability. And you just want to gently flip it over. Perfect. Look how jiggly those are. A few more drops of water, and then we'll put the pan back on top. Another 4 to 5 minutes, and those will be ready. pancakes are so light and airy, and that nice honey butter on top actually just adds such a lovely depth to it. They almost taste like you're eating a sweet cloud. They're just indescribable. If you've never made them before, you have to give them a try. Like I said, they're a little bit technical, but try them a few times, you'll definitely get them right. The crepes. They've got that nice crispy edge where they've browned up in the pan, and the lemon and the sugar just have such a beautiful brightness that comes through. I remember walking around the streets of Paris and being able to buy a crepe just from a stand on the corner. These take me right back to then, and they are divine. Because the batter is so thin, the crepes are thin and delicate and just melt in your mouth. These buttermilk pancakes, they are hands down the best pancakes I've ever had. They will blow any box mix right out of the water. They are light and fluffy. They have that beautiful tang from the buttermilk. These are the pancakes that you see when you're on a road trip on those big billboards going down the motorways. And probably my favorite of the three. Thanks for watching Black Cat Kitchen. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you down in the comments. Bye!